2008 Jeep Grand Cherokee is in the Laredo. We have an airbag light pumping up, comes and goes, and when we turn the steering, the light will come on. Sometimes, there it goes. So chances are is the clock spring in here. Could be the airbag, of course, or the module, but sometimes when you turn the steering, the light will go off. So we'll remove the airbag, the steering, to get to the clock spring, and hopefully we can fix the problem by replacing that. So let's start to it. First we're going to remove the airbag here, a couple of screws from the back. Make sure the battery is disconnected for at least 15 minutes. Working with the airbag is very dangerous, you can injure yourself. Be prepared for deployment. Do not stay front of the steering when you work with that. To remove this plastic, there are 3 screws. By dropping this down, you expose the third one. Some of the screws here are T20s and some of them are Phillips, or you can use 6-7 millimeter socket. For this one here. But some of them are reverse torques. And if you don't have the correct tool, you won't be able to get it out. This is supposed to look like is the female part of the torques. So by removing that, you can see the cover is loose. I just have to split it open and pull it out, just like that. And you can move the lever from the steering here to move the steering up and down, and it just falls down by itself. So here's the clock spring, and we'll have to remove, like I said, the airbag, and make sure when you work with airbags you understand it and stay on the sides. You can deploy, it can hurt you. Disconnect the battery for at least 15-20 minutes. In this car, you have to rotate the steering, and back here, if you see the split open, there is a spring. You have to put your screwdriver and push up this way, all 3 of them. They say to release this and this first, and then this the last one. But like I said, working with airbag is dangerous, so be careful. If you're not comfortable, don't do it. Okay, we're removing the clock spring on the Jeep. After you remove the plastic covers, you have to remove the airbag. Used to be 3 bolts and removed. This time they changed it. I think the 2008, 2010 has those clips here. 3. The back of the steering, in the opening, press this with a screwdriver inwards. This position for this job is get into the car and get the steering where you want it. It's 3 openings. You might try from the top of the steering here as well with a short screwdriver and click it. Anyway, the airbag is removed. I'm going to take out the wires and we're going to remove the steering. Before you remove the steering, of course, make sure the steering is straight. To remove the airbag harness, they come upwards. There are 2 little clips on the side here. Just press upwards. Okay, with the airbag removed, carefully, we're going to use the 30mm socket to remove the bolt. Don't remove the bolt all the way. It will give you protection when you try to pull back the steering. In case it comes off, you're not going to get hurt. So we'll leave a few threads and we'll try to shake the steering. Put your hands on 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Left and right should come out. Okay, so the left and right worked. The steering is loose. Now we can go ahead and remove the bolt. We'll disconnect this harness here. Okay, we're going to go ahead now and remove the steering wheel. Okay, this is out too. The clutch spring here. When we turn the steering, the airbag light comes on. Most like it is here. So we're gonna go ahead and remove it. To remove this here, we'll remove the entire unit with the wipers and the light switch. This here, and lift that. Another one here. This is the other T20 or T25 right here. I believe there are 3 all together, so we'll remove those 3 T's to remove. But before we do that, we have to disconnect here. Just press and remove. You can take a couple of pictures if you like to make sure you remember where the wires go, but usually they go to a certain place. So we put down the steering and remove this. So I remove the last wire. Wires are out, and we're good to go. It's a T20, one bolt here, and one back here. I remove that one as well. Okay, by removing one bolt here and 2 in the back, disconnect the wire, should have come out. After removing the 3 screws, the unit will come out. So at this time, if you want to replace the clutch spring, and if you want just to replace the broken switch in your car, this is the time to do it, or the wiper switch. So this is what it looks like at this time. So we're going to replace this unit, and hopefully the airbag is fixed. But that's how you remove the clutch spring and the switches plus the airbag. To separate the switches, 2 Phillips screws, 1 each side. Once you do that, you just the slide in or out. You get the harness through. Slide the other one, and there are your switches. Choose the one which one you want to replace. If you don't want to replace them, you want to replace the clutch spring, we'll have to take them to the next one. But that's how you separate things. Alright, continue on reverse now. We put the switches and the clutch spring. Steering has a groove that can only go one way, but make sure the clutch spring stays into place. Make sure the clutch spring is on the exact location right here. When you get it brand new, it will come sealed, so it won't move till you after they put the steering in and it's in place. That's when you release the plastic retainer or whatever they have to hold it into place. Otherwise it might move, and if the spring comes out of rotation. Now we're going to put back the 13mm bolt. So continuing with the steering installation now, and we're going to torque the bolt, and the airbag is last. Okay, almost done. We're going to connect the airbag and place it. Make sure the wires are not tangled or anything like that. And we're just going to put it into place and snap it in. Should be luck. Okay, the airbag is in. Make sure it has that springy motion. We hang the horn. Looks good. So the harness is connected. Everything looks good. We're going to put the covers back on now. Okay, we put the top plastic on. Now we have to get the second piece from the bottom. We just have to drop this when removed and when installed. And I'm going to use so. Okay, we're going to push together the upper and the lower. They snap in. I have to use my other hand, but it has to snap on the top here, and then 3 screws on the bottom, and the job is done. Okay, 3 T20s, and the job is done. Close this. We are complete. We have removed the steering, the airbag, the clutch spring, from back here, the switches. So if anyone wants to do any of those, hopefully this video will help you out. So all good, everything's back together. We plug in the battery and connect the battery and start and see if the airbag issue is fixed. Okay, we start the car. No airbag light on. We turn the steering left and right. all look good. Before it used to come on, so that's how you know it's the clutch spring. It could be the airbag issue, but problem fixed. Hopefully this helps you fix the airbag light, replacing the clutch spring on the Jeep 2008 to 2010. Other Jeeps may apply. Good luck with your project. Thank you for watching.